Hello everybody, welcome to today's video lecture with a brand new topic. As you can see on the board, this topic deals with multiplication by 3-digit number. And as a first example, we have here 764 times 365. As a first step in this multiplication, we have to rearrange our word in vertical order. How to do that? Well, at first we will write the multiplicand 764. Then beneath that we will write the multiplier, which is 365. Now we should be careful so that we write in such a way such that the unit digits, they line up in the same line. Similarly, the tens digits, they line up in the same line. And finally, similarly, the hundreds digits, they also line up in the same line. You see, as you can see here, 4 and 5, they are in the same vertical line. 6 and 6, they are along the same vertical line. 7 and 3, they are along the same vertical line. So after having arranged the two numbers in this vertical fashion, we will put the multiplication sign and a horizontal straight line to begin our calculation. Now I could have just simply gone through the rule involved in this multiplication, but instead of stating the rule, let us try to discover the rule by ourselves. Now, let's ask ourselves this question: what does it actually mean to multiply any number by this multiplier, which is 365 in our case? What does it mean? Well, it actually means that you have to multiply by all the stuff that 365 is made of. What does that mean? Well, let's move to the right and let's try to decompose or break down 365. So if you break down 365, how does it look like? Well, let's write the digits first. 3, 6 and 5. If you look at the units place, what do I find? I find 5. Now this 5, it has a face value of 5 and at the same time its place value is also 5. So this 5 actually represents no other number other than 5 itself. Now hopping over to the left, what do I find? What digit do I find? I find the digit 6. Now does it represent the number 6? No, its face value is 6. But the number it actually represents is what? Since this 6 occupies the tens place, so the number it actually represents is 10 times its face value. What is its face value? 6. 10 times 6 gives me how much? 60. Now finally hopping over to our last digit. What do I find? I find 3. Now this 3 is in the hundreds place. So this 3 actually represents a number which is 100 times that itself. So 100 times 3 gives me how much? 300. So 365 is actually made up of 5, 60 and 300. 5, 60 and 300 together make up 365. So if we want to multiply 764 by 365, what do I have to do? I have to multiply 764 first by 5. Then again I have to multiply 764 by 60. And finally I have to multiply 764 by 300. So I am getting 3 different products. So after these 3 different multiplication steps, after having obtained 3 different products, I have to add the 3 products and then only then I will find the final answer. But since I have reached out of board space, I will take a brief interlude in order to clear the space and actually show you how the multiplication is done. Okay, so welcome back. Now, as I have already stated before the interlude that multiplying 764 764 by 365, what do I have to do? I have to first multiply by 5, then by 60, then by 300. So let us first multiply by 5, our first step. So this 5. So what I have to do? At first I will multiply 5 with 4, then with 6, and finally by 7. So 5 times 4 gives us how much? 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10, 5 threes are 50, and 5 fours are 20. So our 0 goes underneath and I take 2 above the head of 6. Now 5 gets multiplied with what? 6. So 6 times 1 gives us 6, 6 times 2 gives us 12, 6 times 3 gives us 18, 6 times 4 gives us 24, 6 times 5 gives us 30. But there was a 2 being carried over, so we have to add that 2. So 30 plus 2 gives us how much? 32. So again I will put down 2 and carry 3 over to the head of 7. So finally, 7 times 5 gives us how much? 7 times 1 gives us 7. 7 times 2 gives us 14. 7 times 3 gives us 21. 7 times 4 gives us 28. 7 times 5 gives us 35. And so 35 plus 3 gives us how much? 38. Oh, sorry, I wrote 5 a little below the line. So let's correct it. So, after multiplying 764 by 5, what do I get? 3820. But that is not the end of our journey. In the second step, what do I have to do? I have to multiply 764 by 60. Now, since 60 has what? A 0 in the units place. So, what it actually means to multiply any number by 60? It means that you first multiply by 6, then add a 0 on the right. Now this 60 actually contributes nothing on the units, in the units place. So what I can do, I can simply put a 0 beneath the unit place or put a cross. Now you can do whatever you want to do. I prefer putting cross. After having putting a cross, I will multiply with this 6, this 4, this 6 and this 7. Why? Because this 0, it only adds a 0 in the units place. The main value of the product is actually created by 6. So, if I multiply 6 with 4, 6 with 6 and 6 with 7, I will get the non-zero part of my product. So, let's start. 6 times 4 gives us how much? 6 1s are 6, 6 2s are 12, 6 3s are 18, 6 4s are 24. Now, since I have crossed out the units place, this 6 will only contribute what? Values on the values on the tens, hundreds and places forward. It will contribute nothing on the units place. So we don't have to put what we get over here in the units place. We'll put from the tens in the tens place. So 6 times 4 gives us how much? 6 1s are 6, 6 2s are 12, 6 3s are 18, 6 4s are 24. We will not put 24, we will put 4 and carry 2 above the head of 6. Now 6 times 6 gives us how much? 6 1s are 6, 6 2s are 12, 6 3s are 18, 6 4s are 24, 6 5s are 30, 6 6s are 36. 36 plus 2 gives us how much? 38. So similarly, we will not put 38, we will just put 8. And carry over 3 beneath the final digit, that is 7. So finally what we have to do? Multiply 7 by 3. So what does it give us? What does it give us? 7 1s are 7, 7 2s are 14, 7 3s are 21. But we have carried over 3. So with 21 I will add 3 and finally get how much? 24. So I will write 4 beneath 3 and place 2 at the side. Now, we have reached the final step. In the final step, what to do? We have to multiply 764 by 300. Now, if we look at 300, what do I find? It has zeros in the units place, zeros in the tens place. So actually this 300, it doesn't contribute any non-zero number, any value in the units and the tens place. This 3 contributes non-zero number, and where does this 3 occur? It occurs in the hundreds place. So we have no non-zero number in the tens or the units place. So we will start calculation from which place? Hundreds place. So this is our 3. So we'll at first multiply 3 with 4. So how much do I get? 3 1s are 3, 3 2s are 6, 3 2s are 9, 3 4s are 12. So I will put down 2 and carry 1 over the head of 6. Now this 3 will get multiplied by 6. So how much it gives us? 3 1s are 3. 3 2s are 6, 3 3s are 9, 3 4s are 12, 3 5s are 15, 3 6s are 18. But we had 1 carried over. So I will add 1 to 18, and as a result I will get 19. But I will just put 9 and similarly carry 1 over to the head of 7. Now finally, what to do? 7 into 3. So 6 3s is 18, and since we had 1 carried over, it gives us 19. And we having put 9 in the beneath 4, we will carry 1 over the head of 7. And then finally we will multiply 7 by 3. So what do I get? 7 by 21. 21 plus 1 gives us how much? 22. So we have actually obtained all the 3 products, all the 3 individual products. Now we have to just add them up. But before adding, I made a small mistake while multiplying by 60. Let's check. 6 4 24, 4 carry 2, 6 and 36 plus 38 carry 2. It will be 7 into 6. I by mistake multiplied 7 into 3. So 6 and 36 plus 38 carry 3. 7 6 are 42. 42 plus 3 gives me how much? 45. I am extremely sorry for this error. Let's double check again. 6 4 24 carry 2. 6 36 plus 38 carry 3. 7 42 plus 3 45. So it's done. So after having obtained these 3 individual products, what's the final home stretch? Adding all up. So let's add carefully. There is a 0 in the units place, 0 also here, 0 also here. It gives us nothing but 0. I have 4 here and 2 above. So 4 plus 2 gives us how much? 6. So let's put on 6. Over here I have 2 above 8. So 8 plus 2 gives us how much? 10. 10 plus 8 gives us how much? 18. So there is an 8 carry 1. So 3 plus 1, 4, 5 plus 4, 9, 9 plus 9, 18. Again carry 1. 4 plus 1, 5, 5 plus 2, 7. And finally we have only 2 and 0 above. So finally it gives us 2, 7, 8, 8, 6, 0. So let's check again to see whether the product is correct. 5 4s are 20, 0, carry 2, 6 plus 30 plus 2, 32, carry 3, 7 6 are 4, 7 5 35 plus 38, done. Then 6 4 24 4, 6 24 4, carry 2, 6 36 plus 38, carry 3, 7 42 plus 3 45, check. Now 300, 4 3s are 12, carry 1, 6 3s are 18, 18 plus 1 19, then finally 7 21 22, check. 0 6, 8 plus 2 10, 10 plus 8 18, carry 1, 3 plus 1 4, 9 9 9, 18, carry 1, 5, 5 to 7, and finally we have 2. Yeah, it's alright. Now, again, I have run out of board space. I would like to show one more example in which we will not actually write 560, 300. Rather, I will state the general rule that we always use while doing this type of multiplication. So again, an interlude while I clear the board space. So in example 2, we are asked to multiply 265 by 332. So from the previous example, we know that multiplying by 332 means what? Multiplying 265 by 2, then multiplying again 265 by 30, and then again multiplying 265 by 300, and then adding up the three products. But we will not write each of them now on the left. What we are multiplying with, we will not write. Rather, we will just use the digits that occur in 332 and perform the calculation, because that is how it is usually done. So at first we have 2. So what we will multiply 2 with? We will at first multiply it by 5, then by 6, then by this 2 in the hundredth place. So 5 times 2 gives us how much? 10. So I will put 0 here, 1 at the top of 6. Now again, 6 times 2 gives us how much? 6 1 is 6, 6 so 12. But we had carried over 1, so 12 plus 1 gives us 30. Finally, since we cannot put the whole value of 30 in here, we have to carry 1 over the head of 2. So finally we will multiply 2 with 2, and as a result, what do I get? 2 1s are 2, 2 2 4, but since we have carried over 1, so we will add that and we have 5. Now coming over to this 3, I know my work is getting a bit cluttered, but bear with me. Coming over this 3 actually occurs in the tens place. So since it occurs in the tens place, this 3 contributes nothing to the units place. So we'll put a cross in the units place and then again continue with our multiplication. So 3 times 5 gives us how much? 5 1s are 5, 5 2 are 10, 5 3s are 15. So I will put 5 here and again take 1 at the head of 6. So now 3 will be multiplied with 6. So 6 times 3 gives us how much? 6 1 is 6, 6 2 is 12, 6 3 is 18. But we had carried over 1. So we'll add that, and 18 added to 1 gives us 19. But we will not put 9. Sorry, we will not put the whole 19. We will just put 9 and carry 1 over to the top of our final digit, which is 2. So 3 times 2 gives us how much? Where is it? 6. But we had carried over 1. So 3 times 2 gives us 6, and added to the 1 being carried over, it gives us 7. So I will put that 7 over. Now as the final step, our 3 in the hundreds place. This 3, it doesn't contribute anything in the units place. So it doesn't contribute anything in the tens place, because this 3 is a hundreds place digit. So we will put 2 crosses in the tens and units place. It starts contributing from where? From the hundreds place. So this 3 now will get multiplied with 5. So 3 times 5 gives us how much? 15. We will not put the entire number 15. We will just put 5 and then carry 1 over to the head of 6. So now 3 will get multiplied by 6. So how much it gives? It gives 6 1 is 6, 6 12, 6 3s are 18. But since we had 1 carried over, so 18 plus 1 gives us 19. But still we will just put 9 and finally carry 1 over to the last place. Now 3 into 2, our final home stretch, gives us what? 6. So 6 added with the number carried over gives us 7. So I will put 7 at the extreme left corner. And finally we are done. We have reached almost at the end of our journey. We have obtained the 3 different products. Now it is our turn to add them up. There is 0, there is also 0, there is also 0. So it gives us a big 0. Here is a 0, then 0 plus 5 gives us 5, 5 plus 3 gives us 8. Finally, 5 plus 5 gives us 10, 10 plus 9 gives us how much? 19, we will carry 1 over here. 7 plus 1 gives us how much? 8. 8 plus 9 gives us how much? 17. So 7, finally 1 at the top of 7, it gives us how much? 8. So our product or the outcome of multiplying 265 with 1232 is 87980 or 87,980. Now the rule or the explanation that I have just told is equally applicable if the size of the multiplicand gets larger. I mean, if the multiplicand becomes a 4-digit number, if the multiplicand becomes a 5-digit number, you still can carry out multiplication in this way and in this order and still reach your goal, or you can reach your answer. So with this has been quite a long video. Thank you for staying with me for so long, and with this I would like to conclude today's lecture. So I think this has been helpful to anyone out there trying to learn multiplication by 3-digit number. So see you next time with more videos on mathematics.